Thank you so much for showing interest in this video. In this video, I'll be talking about my discovery from the book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 10. Now, I teach success principles from the Bible. That is, I search through the scriptures to pick up practical success principles that you can apply practically in your life, in your business, in your finances, and even in your workplace. So I am also a success motivator. So whenever I discover some of these success secrets from the scripture, I always love to put them under our action power devotional, our daily action power devotional. Now, I discovered this wonderful secret from the book of Micah. Just like I told you, you can see the Bible text on your screen. And what did I discover? Now, let me tell you something I do. It's a simple statement from the scripture. The scripture says, be in pain, labor, and bring forth. Be in pain, labor, and bring forth. Let me state that again. Be in pain, labor, and bring forth. Now, there are three things you need to consider there. What are those three things? The first one is be in pain. It talks about pains. The second one is about labor. Labor, that's the second one. Now, the third thing you need to note from that scriptural statement is bring forth. Bring forth. Now, you should understand that God's will for us, His children, is for us to be productive, to be fruitful. I saw something in the book of Psalm 92. Fantastic. I saw some of these things where the Bible, God said we are going to flourish at old age. God said we are going to grow aggressively. We are going to be fruitful. Now, I'm still going to talk about Psalm 92 later on in another video. But God's will for you is for you to be fruitful, is for you to be productive. Remember, He created you in His image. So you have to be fruitful. You have to be productive. Remember, Jesus also said in John chapter 15, verse 5, He said, without Him, you can do nothing. What does that mean? It means with Him, you can be productive, you can be fruitful. So I believe you have agreed with me that fruitfulness is for you. Fruitfulness is for you. Productivity, high productivity is for you. Now, coming back to our Bible text, Micah chapter 4, verse 10, be in pain, labor, and bring forth. Now, number one, be in pain. Number two, labor. Number three, bring forth, be fruitful. Now, let us take our attention away from number three and let's look at number 1 and 2. The reason is because being fruitful follows a process. Because God declared it, it's God's will that you have to be fruitful does not mean you will be fruitful. Does not mean you will be fruitful. If you don't understand the process, if you don't walk by covenant practices, it does not mean you will be fruitful. So now I want you to understand the reason why I said you should take your attention away from number 3 and let us focus on number 1 and 2, which is be in pain and labor. Now, it means if you want to be fruitful, the process is going to take some pains out of you. And I see a lot of people, a lot of Christians who don't want to go through these pains. This is not a negative pain. It's not an evil pain. It's a righteous pain. Let me call it that way. It's a righteous pain. So you have to go through the process of pain. It takes pain out of you. That's number 1. Then number 2, you have to labor. You have to labor. I'm sure you understand what we mean by for you to labor. Remember, Apostle Paul said, I labor more than they all. Now, laboring can be physical laboring. It can be mental laboring. It can also be spiritual laboring. Spiritual laboring, especially when you talk about investing time in prayer, coming into the presence of God. So, be in pain and labor so that you can be productive. Be in pain and labor so that you can be productive. So, I believe you can see the combination. So, Paul said, I labor more than they all. There was a time he also said, I speak in tongues more than they all. So he was talking about what the process he was going through to be productive, and is one of the most successful apostles today. One of the most successful apostles today. It took pain to be fruitful for Paul. It took pains out of him, and he labored. I see a lot of people who even labor physically, who don't labor mentally, and who don't even labor spiritually. And I see some people who labor mentally and who don't labor spiritually. You see, you have to follow all the process. Physical labor is good, mental labor is good, and spiritual labor is also good. It's very important if you want to be fruitful. I've been able to counsel some Christians who, after receiving ideas, after laboring spiritually, they receive ideas from God. Now, they always fall short in the area of laboring mentally and laboring physically to bring the ideas to pass. And then usually they always say that God is not working. They always say God has failed them. God does not fail. He won't fail you. You are the one who is always failing at following the due process. I believe you have enjoyed this action power. Now, the action power for you in this is for you to get set and get ready to labor spiritually, mentally, and physically. Whenever you have an idea to execute, is very important for your fruitfulness. Now, thank you very much for watching this video. I believe you are going to share with your friends. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and God bless you.